Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Would you all please remain standing for a moment of silence with the Boston tragedy we've had, either in silent prayer or just silent, as you prefer.
Alderman Kessler.
Here.
Alderman Franklin. Here. Alderman Knott. Here. Alderman Smith. Here.
Approve of the agenda.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
I second it.
Got a motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Need a motion for the reading of the resolution of bank change and signature for
This is just certified.
I make a motion.
Sorry.
The motion is quick. I make a motion for that resolution for bank change.
I second it.
I think,
Can we discuss it? I can ask questions. Is that, I mean, I don't know whether, does that go in before the motion or after?
no, it goes in after, that's it, and I can, I thought you wanted second.
Oh, no, I'm sure you did.
Okay, motion made second. Any questions?
Okay. I just have a couple questions. I got a chance to look at it. I remember from the meeting that we had, you had said we were going to have 4 people on the signature card. That Brenda was going to be the 4th person?
Three.
Oh, well, at the meeting.
No, we didn't,
Okay.
me and Clyde and one other person, which was gonna be Brenda. Me and Clyde are always, or whoever's
Right,
president of the board of the mayor. And then sometime it's a battle.
We've got Clyde, or yeah, Brenda.
Me,
Mayor,
Clyde, and Brenda.
Dottie. Yeah. So it's Brenda, Brenda, you and me.
Because
Oh, okay.
you decided that it would be
Okay.
Brenda because she's here during the day and she could
I
sign
thought we
in
were
an
going with one
emergency.
extra
Yeah.
this time. I knew I had to,
No, it's always been 3.
but okay.
Okay, well, that was my question, because
Sorry.
I went back at the meeting, there wasn't any mention of, it was you and Clyde, and,
Well, Clyde's not, it's Clyde, because of Clyde's work, when Brenda's here during the day, she's gonna do it, if I'm not available to do it. But Clyde is the board president, he would normally be the one. I mean, whenever if he retires or something, or he'll be here during the day, it would be switched back to him.
so all the rest that were on there previously, they're no
Are gone.
longer on there.
No.
And that would be,
Lobay be removed,
and then Joanne.
eventually Joanne be removed, are you removed now? She's off now. They never took care of it then. Okay.
Thank
motion-
you.
That is?
That's, yeah.
Okay, motion made, and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, discussion of the hiring of the water and sewer supervisor.
Don't I need to read that?
Oh, I'm sorry, yeah.
Resolution, okay.
They done voted for it, we ain't read it. I'm sorry, people.
This is to certify that a meeting of the Board of Aldermen of the City of St. Mary, Missouri, duly called and held on Thursday, April 18, 2013, the following resolution was adopted. Resolved that in accordance with city policy, all bank accounts and all certificates of deposit are to be set up with the tax ID 4309157736, and all orders for withdrawals of the funds of this city on deposit in said banks in whatever form shall be signed by any 2 officials of the City of St. Mary from the list below. Mayor Carlton Wyatt, City Clerk Dottie Franklin, Alderman Brenda Franklin. Now therefore said mayor, city clerk, and aldermen are hereby authorized to sign all banking resolutions as set forth by the First State Community Bank and MRV Bank. In witness whereof, I have hereunto affixed my name as city clerk and have caused the corporate seal of the said city to be here to affix this 18th day of April 2013. And it follows with I, Clyde Cassuth, an alderman of the city of St. Mary, Missouri, do hereby certify the foregoing is a copy of a resolution passed as therein set forth.
Now, if anybody wants to withdraw their aye, they can. I moved it before we read it. We still want to, everybody satisfied, or you want to do it over?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm fine.
But you,
I'm not sure, I'm being new at this, I'm just not sure because I don't really want to. I know you
I'm
have
just
that.
asking, are you satisfied with your vote till you, after you heard it read? I went and messed up and voted before it was read.
Oh,
And I'm asking something, are you satisfied with your vote now that you've heard it read? All right,
yeah.
back off, just
All
forget. I need a motion to adopt the resolution.
I make a motion to adopt the resolution.
I need a second.
I second it.
I got a motion, and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Okay, now we got you right. Sounds normal now. Okay. So, I don't even know where to start on this. This meeting was going to take place for several reasons at one time. But it seemed like we had an elected citizen wanting to call Jefferson City and try to get the city in dire trouble because we've been without a licensing operator for a couple of days at that time. I know the name, but I'm not at liberty to reveal it. But I don't know who could be so, well, I do know who was, but I can't know who could be so utterly ridiculous to think that in 2 days they can get us fined and get us in trouble. They tried their best. But now then, we're going to go ahead and take action tonight. I thought about this for quite a while. Me and Clyde got together, did some discussion, and board president. I'm going to offer to the board tonight that we hire Dennis Beauvais as supervisor and with his license and water and sewer license at a rate of $150 a week. To be a supervisor, be a salary job, not an hourly job, be a salary. Take over effective Monday morning. And the board can set discussions, you can vote it up or down, but we got to get a licensed operator. Now, if they keep making an issue out of it, we got time, but we would be in violation, so he got a license, he knows the treatment plant, when I get to, I recognize it.
Thank you.
Well, after the board, it's gonna be over to the board, just as soon as I get through talking to the board, y'all can discuss it among yourselves. He knows the treatment plant, what's happening, he knows the, water thing, he's been involved in that, the coordination. And when that's all over with, we want to go back to the drawing board. If we want to hire a licensed operator, pay the $20 an hour, so we have to pay. And he'll be a supervisor when we hire him. We can do that, that's up to him. But right now, we're in a jam. We got to get a licensed operator. He's done it for years. And he knows what's going on. Nobody else does. Nobody wants to be a supervisor, so he can be. They can be, they just don't have to be. Any alderman can be a supervisor they want to be, they don't have to be. They don't, nobody has to do all Dennis did, he just went above and beyond. Nobody expected anybody to do anything like that. With that, it's in the hand of the board. Y'all discuss it back and forth with each other, do what you want to do. When you decide, you let me know. I could do this closed session, but I'm not going to. Because the first thing I hear is doing behind doors. People out here have got no say, but they can listen to what you've got to say. If it's just something got to be done with the board, the only one can vote on it. So y'all just get at it. When you come to a consensus of what you want to do, Clyde, he's the president of the board, so he'll be taking care of what you discuss. I'm expecting watching.
I don't think we have any choice.
I have discussion. I've been doing some research on it. Is it okay if I go ahead? Okay. First of all, okay, last week when we had our meeting, the mayor said that he could not or would not have Dennis in there because he was, he felt that the people did not want him something in, and that's why they voted him on as alderman. I'm not sure if that's the case, because everybody's votes personal, their reasons. But we have already 2 city employees, and
But they
besides,
They don't have a license.
no, they don't have license.
Right.
But have they not one or other of them been through some of the training and not been able to pass? Maybe they just want to try again.
Mike has a water license, but they're not much of the sewer, and they neither one want it. They neither one want to go, that was not part of the job when they started, you know. I really don't feel like we're gonna make them, okay, now you.
No, we can't make them, but,
But we do have a solution here,
mhm.
and it would work. I know it's, some people are not gonna like it, but they want, we have to get somebody now. They have to know what's going on. They can't just guess at it, they gotta know.
Well, honestly, having checked with the DNR, they told me that we have a 30-day leniency on getting us certified before they would do it. And they haven't even been notified that Mr. Bobet had moved out of his position, or that the city still has the license for it.
They don't have a license. When he leaves, he pulls his license.
Yes, he takes it. And as soon as they receive a letter of resignation, and the city lets them know that he is no longer with them, then we have 30 days from there.
They already know it. They've
Not
informed
as of
us.
yesterday.
They knew a week ago, didn't they, Joe?
Well, it's
They
no
No
more
need, they don't need
evidence.
to argue that point.
But there's no,
Wait, we're talking, that's right. I'm trying to learn my way around on this, all right?
Yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, do we have an employee, something that states what the supervisor would do? Because when I talk to the men that actually do the work here, the workers, they do not feel they need a supervisor. Why do we feel that they know the job?
they need a supervisor. I've been in that position, and I know that when you've got 2 employees, you better have somebody around, kind of watching to make sure this gets done, that gets done. But what happens is, things get lost in the shuffle, they'll be done. You gotta have somebody there to tell them, we need this, that, and the other done, and see what it is. Now, right now, that's not what worries me, somebody worries me, but I don't care if we got 30 days, you're not going, I worked as an operator. I wouldn't come here for less than $40 nobody else would. We don't have it from that. So here we got a man to do this for $150 a week until we get out of this, at least go get this water project done and the sewer that he's been starting, he knows it, what's going on. To me, that's like the smartest thing to do. If we decide we want somebody else to start with. But even then, if he's gonna stay here with it, I wouldn't do it. Not even gonna go around with it. It'd be silly. It'd be a waste of money. That's my opinion.
So you're going to, Mr. Bovee will be under contract as required by the DNR?
He'll be an employee. I never was under contract.
Okay, well, that's the information that I received from,
You don't have to.
pardon me?
They might tell you you have to be, but a lot of matters aren't. Just depends on what the individual wants to do with that particular city. Well, when you sign a contract, yeah, but I never did. Didn't have any problem with that.
So you were a city employee before, weren't you? Did you have someone that supervised, or did you guys supervise
At
yourselves?
that time, I was a supervisor.
You were the supervisor?
I ran it and I took care of it. I had, one city employee? And make sure it was.
Well, why do do we have things like work orders and things like that can,
We can do that.
do something where people,
My,
they know what they're doing and where they are?
in a way, they're a good thing. And in a way, they can get completely out of hand. I've seen an Alderman tell us want something done, it's not as important as the job over here. So it gets put off, and then he gets mad that his job's not done. Which is,
Well, I mean, with work orders, you prioritize, I'm sure. I mean, where I worked, the maintenance wouldn't change a light bulb, let's say I had a work order, and it had to be in the order that it was in. And I think most places are like that. When I call a service person to come out, they have a work order for me.
okay, we can work on that one.
Okay.
But we got to work on it right here.
Okay.
have the money to pay in the budget now?
Are you asking me?
If you have the answer,
You want me
I'm
to speak for it?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. No, we don't have no money, but we're in predicament now where we gotta do it. We gotta do it, and it's just like anything else. It's the cheapest way we go. We don't have the money to pay somebody $20 an hour too. Even if we lay one of our guys off, we're gonna increase it by $10 an hour. So we'll have to cut corners and do our raise the rate. That's the rules. I didn't put us in this bind. We're in this bind. And we gotta do something. The law makes us do it. So, can we afford it? We'll have to afford it. If we can't, we'll have to raise the rate. That's the law. And when nobody can change it, nobody on this board can change it. It's an ordinance. It's made by the law. If we don't have so much surplus and bring in so much money, we'll raise the rate. If we can cut corners to keep from it, maybe we can by hiring Dennis at less than $5 an hour if he puts in the hours he normally does. And knowing Dennis, he's going to be 7 days a week. He's going to have the phone and if it rings, and he's going to go out and find out and not have to pay overtime to the workers. He'll continue to do like he's always done. But he's going to get paid for it this time. And it'd probably be, if you figure out Dennis's hours and his work ethic, you're probably talking about $4 or less an hour he's getting. But no matter what, it's got to be done. We got to get a license operator. It would take 30 days, don't get a license operator. And if you talk about sending people to school, you know how long it takes to get their license going to school?
You can actually
How long
take
we
the
would
test.
operate without one?
You can actually take the test. without-
You can't pass that test without going to school. I have to send, I have to find out
Haven't you
what.
sent him?
Ma'am, I'm talking and then you can, okay? God, you got the book, I mean, you're in control right now. When I get done, you can talk. But you have to go to school. We have to find out where school's at. We have to send them to it. It could be 6 months before they go in any area. Last time, they had to go pop it up. And then you gotta go to school for so many weeks to learn. You can't just go take that test. It's not that simple. It ain't like mathematics. You gotta know what the whole system, what kind of system and everything. And take a test. I don't care how long you do it, you can't just go take a test. That's just the way it is. But to answer your question, if we don't have the money, we will have the income. But I think that we can probably squeak by doing it this way. That's why I'm doing it this way. Or trying to. The board's trying to do it. Back to you, Bud.
Well, I don't see, we consider discuss it instead of this and that.
Well, I don't think we have a choice,
We don't have a choice.
because if we go any other way, it's gonna cost a lot more money. Money we don't have.
Turn it back over to me, then I'll put it in.
What's that over to you?
Fine.
Yep.
And if we do this, then, if, you know, do we have the, job description? I mean, a detailed job description of the duties and responsibilities as supposed to be prescribed by Missouri State Statute 79. Pardon?
I was on that one.
Okay, because I looked in the handbook that we got last meeting, and I don't see job descriptions. I mean, we have a job position, so he knows, he knows exactly what the job is, you know.
Which job? Which job?
Pardon?
What are you talking about? What job? Talking about,
Well, the supervisor job is the one we're talking about now, I guess, that you want to add a supervisor.
Let me
job,
answer
which is
that
not part
slide.
of it.
I'm gonna take over. I know a little bit about supervision. I know a little bit about working. I've been
Well, you are.
official. I worked with management.
Because
I
you're
worked in-
considered the
A
administrator.
supervisor's job is to supervise his employees, to do their job as directed. And then the employee's job is to do as they are directed to, no matter what, unless it pertains to health and safety. If it's a health and safety they tell them to do, they can refuse the job. Otherwise, they do what their supervisor directs them to do. And the supervisor's job is to direct the workforce. And that's what they do. Now, we are a city, we're not a factory, we don't have classifications. We don't have line workers, janitors, sweepers, we combine both of them together. One of them's over water sewer, one's over street and everything, but they have to help each other. And that's what they do. Now, that's their classification, whatever they're told to do. They know one of them can operate a backhoe, the other one can a little bit. But they'll do it if they have to. The supervisor's job is to supervise the employees. And the employees is to do what the supervisors tell them. And that's their job description. And if I have to dig a hole, or if I have to haul a load of gravel, or fix a broken water line. So, I mean, but we're getting into things that ain't got nothing to do with hiring dentists. We're here because of what we gotta do. We gotta get a licensed operator. He is one. He knows the system. And we sit here and talk for 3 days about everything goes on in this city, but we got other meetings to have at. Because there's gonna be some more changes on appointments and things in the next meeting. I'm gonna take over the water and sewer. You're gonna be moved. Then you may not take it. Then you can come down here once a month and criticize what we do, or you can join in and be part of the board. And some of them are gonna get different jobs, they can do the same thing. But we're gonna operate, and I'm gonna be the mayor. I understand you making, well, I can't say that, now, we're here for one purpose. I'll say that next month when we start discussing the job. All I wanna do is, do we have a motion to do what we're doing? We have a motion to close the debate and vote.
I have,
Can we close the discussion then? And we
I'm
cut it
asking,
off?
we have a motion to close the debate and vote on
I have a motion to close this debate and to vote.
it. You got a second?
I second it.
Motion made and second, all in favor of closing the debate?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, now, do we have a motion to order Dennis Bovee at what we said, that we're being supervisors, and to further notice at $150 a week salary?
Okay, motion. If we hire Dennis, $150 salary.
To oversee the,
Yeah,
what we did,
yeah.
and his license,
License,
water and sewer
right.
license. That's what we're hiring for,
Yeah.
supervisor and operator of water and sewer.
Right.
Do I have a second?
I second.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Roll call. Roll call.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, things that we gotta know, I want to roll call.
Alderman Bassett?
Aye.
Aye. Alderman Franklin?
Aye.
Alderman Knott?
Aye.
And Alderman Smith?
Nay.
A motion to adjourn be in order.
Let a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I second it.
Motion made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.